Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. Welcome to She Remembers Circle. We're a sacred movement that is designed to bring women together. We're a sisterhood. We're a sisterhood and coming together once a month, right at this time, to encourage women, inspire women, and to lift up women to be the best version of themselves. My name is Yolanda Simmons, also known as Queen Yolanda, and I welcome you. We're going to begin today. I'd like to share with you our pledge that we have, and I'm going to read this for you. I remember who I am. I honor who you are. I hold space without judgment. I speak truth with kindness. I listen with my whole self. I give from overflow, not depletion. I restore, I rise, I radiate. I walk in circle with integrity. I protect what is sacred. I move in rhythm with spirit. I am she who remembers, and I stand beside all women rising in their remembering. So we are going to open our PowerPoint now. Give me just a moment. Okay, it is loading. And we are going to begin. As we continue, I'd like to do our invocation. Now, the invocation, if you would like a copy of it, is also on the website sheremembers.org. Okay? This is a spoken word invocation, and it's for the divine feminine. It's our opening introduction. I am she who remembers before remembering had a name, the hum before heartbeat, the thread before claw, the wound and the womb. I carry galaxies in my breath, nebulae nestle between my ribs. My hips are calendars, marked with moons and migrations. And the stories no textbook dared write. You have seen me in dreams, in quiet mornings before the world intrudes, in the way your grandmother stirred the pot with prayer, in the silence that wrapped your rage like velvet. I am the scent of myrrh in your spirit's hallway, the glance in the mirror when you feel most unapologetically you. I am your yes, your knowing, your thunder tucked inside softness. I am not coming back because I never left. I was hidden, buried beneath systems, sermons, and survival. But you are my rising. You are my altar in motion, my temple in skin, my echo made flame. So step forward, wrap your fear in silk and place it at my feet. Gather your sisters, light the old fires, call me by my name in every language. Your lineage remembers. Because when you speak, I awaken. And when we gather, the earth resets. I am she who remembers, and now so do you. So do you. Now, as we continue forward each month, I think what would be really nice is if everyone brought a mirror to the session. And as we go through the invocation, you can look right at your reflection in the mirror and take the time to actually take in the information because it's about us remembering who we are, remembering who we are, and in knowing that we can expand, we can assist, we can help others. But before we do that, we have to remember and help ourselves. So let us continue now that we've finished our invocation. As you know, there is a She Remembers calendar. And the theme for the month of April, you see the image to your right. And actually, what's really interesting about the calendar, we have women from various ethnic backgrounds in the calendar. And so, with that being said, we also have a theme each month. And the month of April, the theme is creativity. And this is the quote that is in the calendar for creativity. She paints with moonlight, speaks in rhythm, and dreams in color. Creation is her native tongue. The author is unknown, but let's just think about that. She paints with moonlight, speaks in rhythm, has cadence, and dreams in color. Vivid, vivid. Creation is her native language. It means your first language. Very. So we're going to dive into creativity. That is what this particular session is going to focus on. So again, welcome to She Remembers Circle. Our scroll for April looks as such. This particular scroll, you'll find it on Facebook and also on the YouTube page for Queen Yolanda, and that's Quen, not Queen. And there'll be probably another session I'll talk about that in more detail on why it is Quen instead of Quen. So creativity is going to be our focus. So here we go. In talking about creativity, I wanted to actually take a moment and break a few things down regarding creativity before we get to other portions of our scroll that we have, which I said is the fourth scroll for 2026. We started revealing the scrolls in January. So let's start first by defining creativity. In looking it up in Cambridge Dictionary, it says it is the ability to create, the ability to produce original and unusual ideas, or to make something new or imaginative. That is what creativity is. Now, I wanted to delve a little deeper, so I said, well, let's see what AI would say on the Brave browser. And it said simply this: creativity is widely defined as the ability to generate novel and valuable ideas, solutions, or products through the exercise of imagination. While often associated with artistic ability, it is fundamentally a cognitive process. involving problem solving in innovative ways that transcends traditional patterns and rules. So it's a whole lot deeper when we really think about creativity. It goes well beyond the arts, well beyond the arts. And let me share this as well. And this will help you to even see what I mean even further about it. It goes well beyond that and it goes a lot deeper. I wanted to look up the root word or the origin of the word creativity. Creativity. The root word of creativity is the Latin verb create, which means to create, to make, or to produce. This term originally signified divine creation from nothing, and in judicial Christianity traditions, before evolving, it was used to describe, before it was evolved to describe the human imagination and things that are brought forth through innovative abilities. It started out being a judicial Christian term that was used in looking at it from the, as it said, from the divine creation perspective. So during the Renaissance and the Age of Enlightenment, that's when the term actually start deterring a bit and moving towards more so the human imagination instead of the divine. But those of you who do have a background in Christianity, Judaism, Islam, you know there is information in those works that support those particular systems that creation is used in a divine manner. The English word creativity itself is a relatively modern noun, with its first known use in the current sense appearing around 1915. So that's more than 1,000 years from now, we think about it, right? Early expressions like creative power or creative ability were used before the specific noun was coined. Now, let me share this also. I said, you know what? Let me see what it would say in looking at it from a spiritual manifestation perspective. Creativity and spiritual manifestation is defined as the innovation born from transformative experiences that bridge the gap between abstract desires and tangible reality. It serves as a sacred practice or spiritual ritual where individuals co create with the universe, viewing their creative actions, be it if it's writing, art, or any type of design, as a form of devotion and a way to channel divine energy. So when you think of it in that perspective, you see alignment that comes to mind regarding being aligned with spirit in you. And then also about allowing things just to flow very naturally. That's also important. And it's a partnership. You have to be focused, you have to have intention. And that will help and enable you to be able to manifest. So those are just some perspectives I thought that you might find interesting. We've defined creativity, we've talked a little bit about the origin, and just the perspective, some perspectives that you might find helpful as we delve more into creativity. Let us continue. Okay, on our scroll, you know there generally is always some type of statement. And the statement was She Who Dances with the Muse. She Who Dances with the Muse. So, if you're going to partner and dance with the muse, what is a muse? Well, you see here, it's noted for you. It's someone or something that inspires something else. For example, art, music, or bulletin. It could be a friend of yours. It can be someone that you're watching from a distance or even up very close. I know for me, I can give you a wonderful example. I can remember my aunts and uncles taking my cousins and I out to see a play on Broadway here in New York. And we went to see the play, and some of you may be aware of this play from years ago. It was called Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. When I saw that play, I was so inspired between the acting, the music, the dancing, the joy that was exuded in that play. I felt like I wanted to jump up on that stage and celebrate with them. Well, I can tell you because of just music being such a part of my life. I Once I got in college, do you know I ended up actually majoring in speech and theater. And I would say, seeing that play, Your Arms Are Too Short to Box with God, was one of the catalysts, one of the muses that actually swayed me on saying, I must act. I must do this. I must be a singer. I must be an actress. I must be a performer. So, what is your muse? Or who is your muse? What inspires you? Or who has inspired you? Think about that. Who has inspired you? Or what has inspired you? Is there anything that comes to mind when you think back, going way back? When did you have moments that you were inspired by interacting with someone or spending time somewhere? Hmm. Again, who or what is your muse? Again, we're talking about She Who Dances with the Muse. And one of the things I will say to you is never, never stop dancing with the muse. We all have times when we may feel more solemn, we just need to take a break for a moment. But there should be a time, because remember, this is a life, and it's about living. It's not about just waiting and allowing things to happen. What can you do to see that you are being inspired, that you are living your best dream that you can? Never stop dreaming. Never stop hoping. Never stop living. That's what I would say to you. Let's continue. So we're going to take a moment, and we usually take about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to give you 5 minutes. You should have your journal and pick out already and your pen, and we're going to at this time have our serene self-reflection time. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to answer this question in your journal. How can I honor my inner artist? How can I honor my inner artist? How can I honor my inner artist? We're going to give you 5 minutes. The clock is ticking right now. We have about a minute left. Okay. All right. All right. I hope you really had a nice moment of reflection there. And if you didn't get an opportunity to finish writing, please finish up this evening during the quiet of the evening for yourself. And yes, how can I honor my inner artist? I'm sure many of you have come up with some wonderful uh, thoughts on just how you can do just that. I can tell you for myself personally, in honoring my inner artist, it's time. It's important that I pause and just take the time. Because if my inner artist is being fed, then I can pour out to others and give and share with them information, love, inspiration, encouragement. But pausing and taking the time to honor my inner artist is important. Also, quiet is important for me, just to be quiet and listen. So I'm not sure what you selected, but I'm sure you picked some great ideas on how you can just do that and take that time to focus on the inner artist. So let us continue past our serene self-reflection and let's talk about connection, your self-connection. Well, April 17th, we have another lunar cycle that will be beginning. And what's interesting is that we've been focusing on the new moon the past few months, just in giving a little tidbit. I am not an astrologist by any means. Please know that. We want more detailed information. I do, I would say, check with others. And remember, this information that I'm sharing with you is to encourage and inspire you. It is for entertainment purposes. Um, and I'm hoping it inspires you, even though it is entertaining. But you can check with other astrologers, others who focus on knowing about the moon phases. So April 17th, the new moon comes. It is said that it symbolizes new beginnings, fresh starts, and infinite potential. So as you kick off this new week, I know everybody's been talking about the moon, the moon, the moon because of what's been going on in the United States regarding the launch of Artemis. But in this instance, we're just talking about the cycles of the moon, and this one focuses the new moon that will begin on April 17th, which is only a few days away. Okay? Crystals. Now, the crystal that we've selected that's the ally for creativity here for the month of April is cornelian. And some of you may have seen this particular crystal. I've included a picture of it there. It's an orangish red, orange to an orange red color. And it is ruled by Mars, this particular stone. And it's considered to be a fire stone. And it supports creativity. So it's thought. Okay? Then it helps to support creativity. I also would like to tell you a few just tidbits that I found out and just wanting to know a little bit more about carnelian. And let me say, carnelian actually is one of my favorite stones. I do wear it frequently. It warmly ignites, it is said, motivates that creative fire. It encourages one to trust your ability to create and express yourself. It is considered to be a stone of sacred vitality. It ignites the life force, joy, and passion. It awakens the creative drive. So, if you want something to help symbolize moving more creatively in your life, this may be the stone, carnelian, just for you. Okay? There's nothing magical about it. We're just talking about what some feel is energy well, that it actually radiates. Okay? We're going to go to our next slide. And so this is the activation. Now that we've talked about creativity, we've defined what it is, learned a little bit about the origin and root of it, as well as looked at different perspectives. We've talked a little bit about She Who Dances with the Muse. We're able to inspire, just things or something that may inspire us to be, well, I shouldn't say to be, but so your creativity will be heightened. Okay? And you've had time to journal. We've shared with you a stone or crystal that you may find helpful. And so here's your affirmation. And we're going to say it 3 times as we always do. I'm going to say, repeat this with me. I am the vessel. Creation flows through me. Second time. I am the vessel. Creation flows through me. And our third time. I am the vessel. Creation flows through me. Wonderful. Again, this is our scroll. You'll notice that here is your She Who Dances with the Muse. We have our moon phase here, and we have our crystal ally, and we have your power declaration that we just read. And remember that you are the vessel, and the creation flows through you. Take that time to pause, to reflect before you move. You will be amazed at what will happen. So I'd like you to remember to honor your journey of transformation, move beyond awakening to consciousness of self. Again, this is She Remembers Circle for the month of April on April 13th, 2026. We are closing the circle for April. The scroll has spoken. The circle is sealed. We remember. Thank you for joining us.